Hey, great Wednesday. It is Wednesday, April 22nd, and it has been an interesting day in the city of Brownsville. We'll wait to see if anyone is coming back on. Guys, how y'all doing? Frankie, how you doing today, Frankie?
Hey everybody, how's it going? Still in this quarantine life. We did get unfortunate news. We did have another death in Hidalgo County. So we are at 14 deaths for the Rio Grande Valley. So this ain't no hoax, guys.
Ain't no hoax, Minerva. We still haven't gotten numbers from Cameron County. Is that correct?
Yeah, as of right now, they're still the same. 321 is the count for Cameron County.
Good evening, Carlos. Good evening, Eggman. Good evening, Leah. Good evening, Gina. Lugo. So right now we're waiting to get some numbers in regards to what's going on in Cameron County. As we'll keep everyone as up to date as possible. They might be coming in while we are out there, out and about. And again, guys, we're very fortunate to be streaming on Facebook, but we're also streaming on YouTube. And again, for all those people out there, please go to Erasmo Castro YouTube channel. As my friends up here, YouTube have already done. Go to the YouTube channel and please subscribe. Hey, Pasadena, Texas, Marina, thank you for coming on. And again, the more people we get on there, the better it'll be for us in order to more cases tonight. That's what we're trying to get, Ismael. Frankie's trying to get the information. If you have it, send it to Frankie, please. But again, if we can get up to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube channel, again, the only reason I say it is because then we can start live streaming directly from. Good evening, Stephanie. Directly from Facebook. From YouTube. Eugenio, ¿cómo estás, Eugenio? Good evening, Erica. Guys, I'm going to stop saying good evening to everyone. Frankie will say good evening. Guys, thank y'all so much. Your artist raised 30 days in Facebook jail. Eugenio, congratulations for doing 30 days in Facebook jail. I'm going to know that feeling. Alondra, God bless. Guys, good evening. And again, we spend a little bit of time saying hello to everyone that comes in new because it gives us the opportunity in order to get everybody on. Your connection is staticky. Sorry about that. But can you hear okay, Erica? Let us know. Didn't governor close schools for the remainder of the school year? Superintendent's ego needs to be deflated. Very good, favbal. We're good about that. Sarah, what is what wrong with the sound? Anybody? Anyone? Is the sound okay, guys? Samantha, you're a legend. Is the sound okay, guys? Yes, sir. Thank you. So we're good in sound. Is that okay? Sound? Testing.
Yeah, sounds good.
No? Yes. In YouTube, it sounds yes. In Facebook? I'm not sure.
You sound choppy on Facebook.
Sorry. We could try signing back off and signing back on. Now yes. Okay. Maybe it's just need a little bit to get Facebook. No. Sorry, guys. Anyone?
Yeah, let's go. We're good.
Yeah, let's go. We're good.
I don't know what it was, but we fixed it. Guys, one of the things that came out today, Judge Eddie Trevino, one of the first things that came out, Judge Eddie Trevino started coming out with a press conference. What was the press? Frankie, can you give us an update on the press conference?
No really big
updates in regards to the numbers. I do have new numbers according to Cameron County. If you want me to bring it up.
Go ahead.
second.
1 second. Let me see. Where am I?
Dice dónde ando.
Ya ni sé dónde ando.
Okay.
Okay, let's go.
Can you bring me on?
Can you bring me on? Can you bring me on the big screen?
Erasmo, it's an option.
Erasmo, it's an option.
It's the very
It's the very right window by itself to show the screen. There you go.
okay,
Guys, we have 19 cases. Cameron County has received 3 additional COVID-related deaths. It was a 79-year-old female. 3, yes, 3 more deaths. 79-year-old female,
An
an 83-year-old male from Veranda, and an 85-year-old from Windsor, which raises the total count for Cameron County at 12. So that would bring the Rio Grande Valley numbers up to, what was that? 17, if I'm mistaken?
Guys, yes.
And the numbers are from Brownsville, a 45, 56, 57, 73, 80-year-old woman, a male, 83, from Harlingen, 47, Los Fresnos, 35, Rio Hondo, 49, San Benito has a male, 50, male, 74, and Santa Rosa at 29. Cameron County has 333 cases as of 15 minutes ago, Erasmo.
Okay, thank you, guys. Again, that's a very sad situation, guys. Again, 3 more deaths in Cameron County, and as much as anyone out there might want to say, this is not a hoax. And again, it's something that we had talked about earlier. We had made mention that the deaths were going to start to come in. Again, it's not a good thing. It's a very sad day for Cameron County. Today has been the day that we've had cumulative deaths. We've had one, then nothing, a couple of days, and 1, and now we had actually 3. So again, guys, the numbers are going to start to pile up. Now, what I find very impressive is now that the numbers are starting to pile up, now they're starting to come out there and say that they're wanting to ease off restrictions they're having. One of the things that Judge Eddie Trevino was out there saying today was that he was going to slowly start considering our way back in regards to going back to the beaches, in regards to going to the parks, opening up the boat ramps so that people could go start to fish. So again, it's out there again and again. In regards to the positive students in Kenya, we haven't gotten any other updates or information. We do know that there's not a lot, maybe 5, 6 students that have already tested positive here in the city of Brownsville. So again, it's very hard to get updates, especially from children, because parents may not want to release that information, although I think it'd be interesting to know the information just so that people can have an idea in regards to where all this is coming from. Does that make sense to everyone out there? Again, not for any other reason, but para estar al tanto of everything that's going on out there. It's a good practice, I think, to have that information going out there. So the press conference was not really that much. I was expecting for them to give us a little bit more details in regards to a lot of numbers. The numbers that they gave this morning were just some of the old numbers that we already had. So it really didn't tell us much. Does that make sense? I mean, it just didn't tell us much. And again, I think that the judge right now is starting to lay the groundwork for the opening that the governor has already made mention. Now, the governor has already made mention that there's going to be openings of retail stores starting on the 24th. Where they're going to be allowed to do like curbside pickup, order online, calling your order and then come by and pick it up, like the same way that we're doing with food. Is that correct? Am I on track? This
That's correct, yes.
Critical as the weeks go by. Wait till BISD teachers and students start dying. Maybe they will heed you guys' info and may spare a few lives. Richard, let me tell you guys, unfortunately, for the city of Brownsville, it seems that it's going to have to get to that point that someone very close to these people is going to have to pass away before any type of some form of action is actually taken. Because I'm sorry, guys, it seems like that the mayor is concerned, had a conversation with the mayor, the judge is concerned, and the district just doesn't give a damn. No.
That's what it seems like, Erasmo. It's unfortunate. We do have some BISD students, teenagers, kids that have tested positive. When does this hoax start becoming a reality? Again, we have 17 deaths in the Rio Grande Valley. We'd hope that people in leadership roles would be more proactive in regards to this and not send staff and teachers back to school November 4th. But it is what it is.
Let me tell you, and again, the other tidbit of information that we received from this morning, guys, and again, Frankie was able to post it to his page. And again, I can't, and Susan just brought it up. Susan Rubalcaba made mention. I read BISD is sending staff and teachers back. I thought Abbott said no. How can they force them to go back? Let me tell you, it's very, very simple. We have zero leadership at BISD. Zero leadership. The superintendent is dumbstruck, and doesn't give a darn. He has zero interest in our community. He is not from Brownsville. He is zero from Brownsville. Have any board members made a statement regarding the soft opening? Zero, Ryan. They have made no statement in regards to Sylvia Atkinson stealing our children's money. They have made zero comment in regards to what's happening with the coronavirus. Zero comment. And they've made zero comment in regards to the misactions and the continuously mess-ups that this superintendent is doing. He has a meeting with administrators this morning and lets them know that starting May the 4th or May the 11th, he's going to have our classified staff start to come back into the schools. Where in the world does that make sense for anyone out there, guys? Where does it make sense for anyone out there that we are ready and able to start to bring into our schools? Anyone, our classified staff. Guys, we have yet to reach the peak of individuals who are going to be affected and the peak in regards to individuals who are going to pass away. It's madness. It's stupid. It's crazy. And thank you, Carlos Elizondo, for joining in. How you doing, man?
So good, just here. Thanks for having me.
0.3% of Brown's population is infected, but even 1% still children's health should not be put at risk. No, they shouldn't. But guys, look, it's very, very simple. Soft opening. These are words of idiots. Words of idiots, guys. These are words of idiots. And let me explain my reasoning, and then I'll ask Carlos and Frankie what their opinion is in regards to it. These are words of idiots. The reasoning behind the superintendent saying that he's trying to plan in regards, we live in a time of national tyranny in the hands of contempt of corrupt politicians, and only solution, revolution. I love you, James. Appreciate it. Guys, in the mind of the superintendent, and he said it out there publicly, we're waiting to get we're waiting to get direction from the governor of the state of Texas and TEA. And when I asked today, I go like, what are y'all talking about? Soft opening. They send me a letter from TEA. The letter from TEA, and the letter from TEA basically what it says is these are the steps that you can take in order to start, getting some type of normalcy back. And I said, wait a minute, guys. TEA is speaking for all of Texas. Like the governor speaks for all of Texas. And understand where I'm coming from, guys. When I say that they speak for Texas, they speak for Texas as a whole. Does that mean that el ranchito allá en West Texas, el ranchito acá en East Texas, does that mean that esos ranchitos allá are in the same situation as the city of Brownsville, Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, or San Antonio, Texas? No, absolutely not. And again, it sounds like we're the only ones out here making any sense in the city of Brownsville, guys. It's like the governor wants to reopen Texas. I understand. He wants to help the little cities and the towns where there has been very little corona. He wants to help those towns, in regards to open them back up. They haven't had any cases of Rona. But what about Brownsville? What about Cameron County? We are infested. We've had 2 nursing homes, folks. 2 nursing homes that have exploded in regards to the Rona. 2 nursing homes, like Washington, like New Jersey, like New York, exploded. So these people want to compare and take the suggestions from TEA and the governor and apply them to Brownsville. We can't. The governor wouldn't even do that. TEA wouldn't even do that because those are suggestions and recommendations. Can we apply them for us? No, we can't because we have not peaked. Carlos, am I totally nuts here, Carlos?
No, you're not nuts. We haven't peaked, and that's what everybody's saying. And so are the scientists and the doctors, medical professionals that are saying that we haven't peaked. So there's no need for us to do soft. Why would you even have a soft opening of anything if there's not going to be any students there? What are you opening for? I mean, what is the rush to get people back into these school zones where the possibility of being able to contract this virus? We're coming on here that you were creating a lot of havoc, and we're saying this, and the superintendent said you're voluntarily going to go. Yeah, more like told to go. You know, some of these teachers are scared that if they don't show up, they might get fired or not get the contract unit. So it's not voluntarily. So
well, those people out there are basically people that are only out there and are, wanting to kiss butt out there. They still have faith that if the district says, oh, it's voluntary. Guys, let me tell you, do you all mind if I tell a quick analogy?
no, go ahead.
Okay, quick analogy. Has everyone out there heard the analogy of the camel and the Arab? And I'll tell you the analogy of the camel and the Arab. There's an Arab that's out in the desert, guys. The Arab is out in the desert. Very good. It's a short form. And the Arab is inside his little tent. Okay? The Arab's in the tent. And the camel is outside, says, hey, Arab, let me go inside the tent so I can keep warm too at night. And the Arab goes, no. There's not enough space for us here, So the camel says, you know what? Let me put in my little patita. No más la patita. Déjame meter la patita. And the Arab goes, okay. So the camel puts la patita. She puts in la patita. Yes? Pasa toda la noche y en la mañana. And guess what? The camel is inside the tent and the Arab is outside. Why? Because when you give them a little bit, they will take it all. So all this stuff about it's voluntary, no, it's opening the door a little bit, the floodgates for everything to start to smash through. That's what these people that are kissing the butt of the superintendent and the butt of the board, that's what they don't comprehend. Or they're not the ones at risk of losing their job or losing their health. Frankie, am I totally nuts here, Frankie?
Well, that's besides the point, Erasmo. But in regards to voluntary, is it to instill fear? Will teachers get retaliated against if they do not show up?
Of course.
And Erasmo, one complaint that we did get a couple days ago, was that the principals, they were doing virtual visits on Zoom. They were, going on teachers' classrooms virtual just to check up and follow on them. So then what's the necessity to having teachers go back, counselors go back to school? There's no need for it.
Again, what they've mentioned this morning is they're going to start off with classified. Guys, well, first of all, no one should be going back to the schools. No one. I mean, if they're really going to adhere to, what the governor says, no one should have to be placed in that type of danger. No one at all. But it's la entradita. Then they're going to start to request and demand the teachers. Now, guys, anybody out there, does anybody out there think that classified employees that are teachers, does anybody out there think that these folks don't have children? Children.
That's right.
Guys, they have children. So what the superintendent and the stupid corrupt board is saying right now is, hey guys, we don't give a rat's ass about your children or your family. Leave them at home alone and you bring your ass to work. Is that what I'm understanding? Oh, it's voluntary, Carlos?
No, it's not voluntary. I mean, you hit the nail right on the spot because there's a lot of employees, teachers, counselors, administrators who have their kids. Where are they going to take their kids? They're going to take them with them to school. I mean, who's going to take care of these kids while they're being forced to go to work for who knows how many hours?
It's crazy, man. It makes no sense whatsoever. Someone tell me where it makes any sense, guys. The school year is over. With who is going to get the bid to provide the PPE for the district? Now there we go. We're starting to see contracts coming up. We're starting to see a lot of money changing hands. And y'all have to understand that Sylvia still controls the board, because Sylvia may be waiting court date or jury selection on June the 8th, but she still controls Minerva like a puppet, still controls Prisi like a puppet, still controls little Eddie, little Eddie, and still controls Drew. So and poor Philip can't make a decision to save his life. There should be a ballot for superintendent these coming elections. Let the community. Well, Christina, there is a ballot for the superintendent this coming election. There is a ballot. There's 5 seats up, and those 5 seats, if we get the right people in those 5 seats, those 5 people are going to hold the superintendent, the corrupt board attorney, accountable for all this mess that they've done all throughout this time that he's been here. All of it. The power is in the people. So yes, the superintendent, his 2 deputies, his Edinburgh people, all those people, they are up on a ballot. Carlos, don't you agree?
Yeah, everybody's on the ballot. I mean, the majority's going to switch, because the only person that's going to be there unless they go to jail would be Drew and Prissy.
Which is a big possibility.
Woo! Well, so obviously there's going to be a big change, and it should be a positive change for all employees of the school district. By whoever gets put on the ballot and whoever actually wins in November, to make these positive changes and these really dire changes that need to happen. I mean, they need to happen. They should have happened way before. I mean, just look. The superintendent that was kicked out, Sandejas, was kicked out for whatever reason, political reasons. The person who was in charge of, investigating all these things, Arvin Tucker, was let go. And you bring in all these other people, on the control of, select few. And it's happened. I mean, don't just put 19 or 16 in the superintendent's, vocabulary. Blame of what's going on before this. This is just a big eye opener for everybody to look back and see what the administration is doing. And obviously, it's nothing. The community, the whole community of the city of Brownsville and the surrounding areas have lost faith in the superintendent and his administrative staff. They have done absolutely nothing to say, let's save these kids from even a potential, contagious virus. But not only that, forget about the kids. Let's forget about the employees, and let's force them back to go into a soft lockdown to these, 54 schools that we have. For what reason? Everything is being done again through distance learning. But now distance learning has 4 employees for the whole district for over 40,000 kids, 12,000 employees. How are they going to even catch up? So the thing here is, don't pull your hair out like I do, but rush everybody back into the buildings and see what we can do and make something going on and see we're doing something and good things are happening in the school district. No, good things are not happening in the school district of Cedar Brownsville. Good things are happening in the school district of Harlingen, of San Benito, Fresno, Port Isabel. Good things are happening there, not here.
Hey, Erasmo, in regards to the safety, does leadership, does Dr. Gutierrez understand the meaning of safety? It's funny because he sent out an email or a voicemail, I'm sorry, today in regards to, the updates, practice proper hygiene and things like that. But one thing he did mention was that he wanted the kids safe and in their homes. But then he's contradicting himself and saying that the kids are supposed to be in the cars with the parents picking up the food. So what is it? We've had this time and time again at Erasmo. Back in early April, Dr. Treviño, if I'm not mistaken, on the record, she said that the grades will not be held against the students. Yes or no?
100%.
Yes.
Now we're getting updated a statement saying now we're getting 3 grades. So what is it? BISD again. Brownsville Talk has been with this at the inception. You know, we've been getting targeted, saying that we have been putting out misinformation.
Negative.
Ladies and gentlemen, to our viewers, it took the school district 3 or 4 weeks just to come out with a simulated town hall. And you want to know how many answers they got to?
5 questions.
Only 4. Only 4 or 5. Is that proper leadership? Is that who you want taking care of your children? Do you feel safe, teachers? Do you want to go back? I don't think so. I hope you remember that November 2020.
Well, let me tell you, it's guys. I mean, it's not rocket science, guys. You know, it's not like again, and I'm going to say this again because all they say is, Erasmo and the show, the people there, they're giving misinformation and they're being negative. Again, I challenge these people. Give me one thing that we've been incorrect on. One thing. Everything that we've stated in regards to end the school year now. Teachers can't go back. Teachers should not be going back. The numbers are going to rise. We haven't peaked yet. Guys, today, this is how stupid these people are, folks. This is how stupid these people are. Today, without having numbers, facts, data, today, he goes and says, we're going to start planning to send people back to school, to the campuses. He says that today. Right now, 30 minutes ago, we get 3 deaths in Cameron County. 3 deaths in Cameron County. 3, folks. You think Gutierrez cares? You think that corrupt board cares? They don't care. They don't care that we haven't peaked yet. They don't care that everyone should out there be cautious. They don't care at all. All they care about is the money, baby. The money. The guy's already talking about summer school. Summer school. Summer school for what? Guys, again, if you were passing before spring break, and this is not new from us. We've been saying this for a month now. Even way before they had their little board meeting. If you were passing before spring break, even if you don't do an ounce of work on the assignments, you will pass. That's simple. For seniors that need to prepare for college, they have to talk to their teacher and their counselor. We've said that as well. Anyone that has been failing, anyone that has had trouble, please use this time. This time in order to catch up, and teachers and counselors will help you. It's not rocket science, folks. And to prove this, we have a recording out there. But you know what happens, guys? Even today, I still get messages from parents. And guys, I'm getting messages from parents every day. I'm getting messages from parents, and what the parents tell me? No, Erasmo, están forzando a mi hijo que haga el trabajo, and I'm getting calls and texts. Teachers, I know that they're putting pressure on you to do this. Look, a teacher just came on right now and said, I'm a teacher and I am afraid to go back. That's what we need. We need teachers to start being vocal. We need teachers to start saying, guys, no way. We don't want this. We don't want this in our life. That's what we need. We need people to start speaking up. This is your health, your community's health, your well-being. I mean, this is you, guys. I mean, your job, God almighty. And I know friends. I mean, I've gotten messages from teachers out there. Messages of teachers that are ready to, quit. Start looking for a job elsewhere. I mean, that's how stressed they are. I mean, they'd rather go find a job at a different district. Some are ready to apply at IDEA just because, they're done. They're tired. They have no compassion. This corrupt board has no compassion. None. No compassion. No cares. Les vale. The guy's from Edinburgh. You think he gives a rat's ass about people from Brownsville? Doesn't give a rat's ass about people from Brownsville. They're not from here. We care about.
In regards of caring about, teachers, caring about, those around us. I want to make I want to stress something that Ryan Santana had previously commented on, and shouts out to AOB. They're the ones out there, fighting for the teachers. So hats off to them for being vocal about this. And Ryan Santana had an interesting point in Erasmo in regards to teachers, and we're all about giving the teachers options. Right now, guys, we are living during a pandemic. You know what I mean? And Harlingen CISD is offering teachers leave who were affected by school closures so that they could be home. The teachers would still earn 2/3 of their pay. Now, question: wonder if BISD teachers will be offered the same thing. Here we have Harlingen CISD looking out for the well-being of their of our community. They had first done the virtual graduation, which was, hats off to them for taking the stance on that. BISD, your move. BISD, what are you going to do now about the 2/3 pay? Are you going to be offering the teachers the same thing, or are you going to force them to go back on May 4th?
I'm gonna. BAM they might pass the 6 weeks for the semester, but if the course is a 1 credit course, then they did not pass the first semester. Then they would need to do the work. Otherwise, they might fail. BAM. And again, let me tell you, that's one of the things that we said, guys. If you have not been doing well, talk to your teacher, talk to your counselor, see what you need to do in order to make sure that you pass. But this the other point that you point, BAM, in regards to an incomplete. Did someone write about an incomplete? Here, students that did not pass the 4-6 weeks and were not passing before we left for spring break, then yes, the students need to do the work. Otherwise, they will get an I for incomplete. I'm sorry, BAM. No one has ever discussed an I for incomplete. No one. We saw the whole board meeting, and what the board voted on was what was presented by Dr. Trevino, who was in charge of curriculum. They never mentioned the incomplete. That was mentioned during the fake town hall. That's the first time incomplete was ever mentioned. I spoke with the administrative assistants, ma'am. I'm sorry. I spoke with them. They said they had no idea what this man was talking about. No idea. Because se la sacó de la manga. Se la sacó de la manga. They're encouraged. Oh, yes. And again, students are encouraged to do the work. Please, guys. And it's something that I've been consistent of. Guys, out of respect for your teachers, ¿qué más vas a hacer? Exercise your brain. Go out there and do the work. 100%. But, and I'm sorry, Bam, and everybody else, but if it's becoming a stressful situation when you got 5 siblings at home, 4 siblings at home, 1 computer, you don't have the resources, then don't stress. Don't build your anxiety. And I've spoken with the associations, man. I speak with them regularly. And they've told me that a lot of the teachers out there are now starting to get on anxiety medication because they are stressed to a point de que ya no aguantan. I mean, has anybody else heard that?
There's a lot of
I haven't heard that, but I could just imagine. You know what I mean? Life is stressful as it is. Just imagine yourself with the uncertainty of this virus, being forced into I wouldn't say a hostile environment, but a dangerous environment. Could we say? So it's understandable. You know what I mean? We're going through a lot of stress, and one of the largest employers of south of San Antonio is not helping out.
Well, it's funny, but again, guys, again, the associations are trying to do some of them, but let me tell you, I've lost communication with the leadership, and I'll say it. I've lost communication with the leadership for BEST. Brownsville Educators Stand Together, because I am dead tired of their leadership kissing the butt of Minerva Peña and of the board members. I'm done. I'm tired, guys, and I'm going to be out there advocating. Any friends of mine out there that are members of BEST, you are pissing away your due money. You're pissing away your due money, because if you have the president of the BEST, that Hammis, if you got Patrick out there kissing the butt of Minerva Peña, president of Drew, let me tell you guys, you are not being served, because you need an association that is willing to go out there and fight for your rights. And part of your rights are being violated. I mean, you're under stress. You are full of anxiety, and you're bringing this to home. Ahorita dice Lupita, I spoke up at the faculty meeting. And I told them that I was terrified to return to campus to expose myself. That's exactly what we need. We need people like Lupita to stand up and say, heck no, this is unsafe. You are putting me and my family at risk. Does that make any sense?
Yes, it does. Let me ask you this, Erasmo. So what's going to happen now with all this stress? I mean, some of these teachers and employees, we're saying teachers, but it's all employees, you know?
Everyone.
You know, it's the teachers, it's the counselors, it's the administrators, librarians, it's everybody. You're putting these people in so much stress. They're going to come back with you watch, BISD thinks it might be funny right now, but you're going to get all these people with post-traumatic stress disorder, and who's going to have to pay for that? Who's going to flip the bill on all these individuals who are being stressed, man? I mean, really, it gets to a point to where when is enough?
Carlos, let me read you this. Let me read you this comment we just got on YouTube, Carlos. I'm a patient, and with my meds, we're also increased use to extra stress and more physical ailments manifested over the stress of massive emails, texts, and messages from so many apps left and right. There you go, man.
There you go. I mean, this is exactly what I was saying. So now you got the superintendent trickling down information who doesn't go to the administrator. Just it's como jugando el teléfono compuesto. Superintendent says something, by the time it gets to the campus level, it's completely the opposite. And then no, hold on, that's not what the superintendent meant. He meant this. You know, no, he meant that. No, he meant this. I mean, teachers are just going berserk, counselors are going berserk, administrators don't even know what the hell they're doing because there's so much misinformation between the superintendent and their level. So I mean, and hats off to these people to keep their heads on their shoulders, you know, at this time, and still have to worry about making sure that these kids get the education they need through distance learning, where distance learning in the IT only has 4 people. I mean, just think about that. It's mind-boggling.
A double time for risk takers. Hey, Margie, let me tell you, after April, that's it. No more extra pay, folks. After April, no more extra pay. The superintendent said it today. No more money. No more extra money for the people that are out there coming out during these hard times. No more extra money, guys. Hasta eso. Bien codo. O sea, you're putting these people at risk. I mean, guys, we haven't peaked yet. We haven't reached the peak here in our area, but the superintendent says, oh, he wants to adhere to what the governor says, what the TA says. What do they know about what's going on in Brownsville? How can teachers go back to work, and who takes care of their kids? Exactly, Chris. Who takes care of their kids? Teachers' kids also go to BISD, and if they stay home, who takes care of them? That is our point. O sea, why can't they think of these things, huh? Why can't they think of this?
They can't. They just don't care. Let's put it that way.
They just don't care.
That should be their slogan. Instead of believing BISD, is we don't care about BISD or our employees or kids.
I don't know, Susana. Teachers are going to get paid. In the regards to the no money, is that people that were going out to work on the campuses during this hazard time, they were getting time and a half. So now, no more overtime, no more time and a half for individuals. After April, no more. Didn't they vote during the board to have the extra pay until May 31st? They have changed it. It is now, and someone correct me. I have my notes. Soft opening May 4th or 11th. Overtime will end in April. So,
hey, so who's releasing false information? Is it Brownsville Talk or BISD?
No, the problem is that Gutierrez doesn't know what the hell he's saying, honestly. But again, overtime, and again, someone can correct me if the information that I got was incorrect. The overtime will end in April. My notes are horrible. April, after April, normal pay. I think they should pay teachers. They are still teaching from home. Well, they better be paying teachers. They are paying teachers. They should pay teachers more.
They should be getting. Hey, Erasmo, not only that.
Luis, yes.
Saying that a teacher during the meeting was in the presence of her peers was saying that if she didn't go in, she will have to take sick days. You know, these people have little kids at home. What do you mean they're gonna have to take sick days? If they're
days.
Told, hey, you need to be here. Well, if you don't want to come, then you need to start taking your sick days. Can you imagine how many of these teachers that, man, are going to lose their sick days because they're being forced to go to school?
It's crazy, bro. Granted, there needs to be.
So then they lose pay.
They lose pay.
Where's best?
They don't care. granted, there needs to be significant change in BISD administration from the top down. However, there's been a problem with that board for years. Board members come and go, and the way board administration does business does not change much. Well, and let me tell you, William, and I agree to a certain extent, but let me tell you, the problem is that no one out there stands up for their rights because they're so afraid of losing their job. No one. I really think that more people now are starting to speak up. Yes, Jesus Becky, Pretty Tipton has a child in private school. Exactly. So they don't care. Their children are well taken care of. They have no vested interest. Frankie?
They don't. Apparently they don't. You know what I mean? And, the sad thing about this, Erasmo and Carlos, is that the teachers are scared. The teachers are scared to be vocal.
Yes,
it's been a pleasure, being on here for the past 3 or 4 weeks on Brownsville Talk. It's very rewarding whenever you hear back from your community, and you hear their situation that they're going through. It's unfortunate, Erasmo. It does seem like they don't care. Teachers are scared to be vocal. Their needs are not being met. So again, remember, guys, the power of the people. November 2020. You can make a change. It all depends on you. Do you want this to continue, or do you want a new change? It's up to us.
Look, Cynthia, we need to justify our pay. And Luis, BISD is the largest school district in South Texas, and they don't pay the teachers as much as other small districts down here. Guys, that's the truth. That's exactly what the numbers show. Exactly. But Cynthia, it's time for all teachers and all people at BISD to stand up and start being vocal and say, you know what? Mendigo Erasmo, I hate him. Es un hocicón, lo que tú quieras. But, hey, man, those guys on there, they're right. The governor ended school for all Texas, and if teachers or staff are forced to go back to work, that's a huge lawsuit waiting. 100%. Guys, it's time for you to say, I hate Erasmo because he blocked me, or no sé qué, or Carlos está pelón, or Frankie nomás usa la máscara. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. But we have brought you facts. We have not lied. We have come out here and demanded that teachers be respected, that parents be respected, and that students be respected. But you know what? They just don't care. A misstep after misstep after misstep. They truly don't care about. And all this time that they get on camera, like little Eddie, we care about the children. And La Drew, let's get what doing for the children. I mean, they're about, which way do I go? Which way do I go? Which way do I go?
Drew's out there trying to run off our volunteers.
Yes.
That's a later story. But okay, Drew Brown, bad on you. You get a D in running away our volunteers. The thing on the comment right now, Drew's talking about, teachers need to justify their pay. Forget about the teachers. The teachers justify their pay every single day. The ones who need to justify their pay is the superintendent, is the administration. Those are the people that need to justify their pay. Why they're here. Obviously, if they've been put through a test, everybody gets a flying F.
BISD prefiere cronyism for the whole school district rather than choosing quality. And that's, Luis hit it right on the head. El problema is that we've spent so much time, guys. These people have spent so much time in hiring que el primito, que la cuñada, que paying off a favor. But let me tell you where it really comes from. When someone spends $75,000 on an election, guys, $75,000 on an election for a position that pays nothing, who do you think they're going to be beholden to?
Some people got paid.
Someone got paid. Guys, would you throw away $75,000 and not expect to get something back? Guys, Brisi spent $75,000 on the election on paper. On paper. $75,000. Drew spent $50,000. You think that they don't have to pay that money back to the insurance people, to the attorneys, to all these other people out there, folks? Come on, guys. Y'all are smarter than that. They have to pay that money back. And how do they pay that money back? By screwing our teachers and by screwing our students and by not giving a rat's ass about our parents. Am I wrong out here?
You're right. You're right on. I mean, it's time that the teachers take back the school district. It really is.
It's time.
Whoever they need to have someone in there in November that's going to, look back at all this that's happened and who was there during these trying times defending these individuals because they're scared of their superiors. They have associations, and some of the associations are doing a very good job defending these individuals, but at the same time, some of these associations are only looking for themselves, And the teacher who's in these associations is going to know which one is good for them and which is not. And what they need to do in November is, I think, clean house.
Guys, Favbal said teachers are terrified to speak up because they know how these people retaliate. Favbal, I've said it for years now, and I'll say it for months, and we've said it for weeks. Guys, we're here. We listen. We pay attention. We care. We will fight for you. We will fight for you, guys. But again, every so often, hey, man, throw us a bone, guys. Throw us a bone.
You spent $50,000.
Yeah. I'm hearing myself. What about the emergency money they gave to the super during all this? What did he do with it? God only knows, guys. God only knows, but sure as heck didn't come back to the teachers. I'll tell you that, mice. He said, yeah, justify our pay. Now that's something to discuss. We are working around the clock because some of our parents are still working and can only help their child at night. Exactly. That was exactly my case. That means I'm helping with tech problems, lessons, questions, and when a parent reaches out. 100%. 100% right, Senator. And that's what exactly that we've been saying. This thing where you have to work 8 to 4. You have to justify your time. What? For teachers? I mean, really? Guys, you can't make this stuff up. You really can't. And people would say, no, man, I mean, it can't be true. Guys, it's... Yeah? The what? Está loco. He's crazy. Hey, someone's yeah, people, Erasmo. No. You know what they say? No, Erasmo is negative. Erasmo is spreading false information. Again, I challenge these idiots. What false information have we shared? What? Anyone? Really? Come on and let me know, where have we gone wrong? Where have we informed the public wrong? I think the board gives evaluations at the end of the school year, and Luis is right. The board ultimately has the responsibility to hire and fire the superintendent. So again, guys, it's in your hands. You either pick a board that's going to hold accountable the superintendent, his deputies, and the board attorney, or you continue to live a life of fear, retaliation, and of people wanting you to justify your pay. That easy. Teachers are the important ones here, and the board is screwing everyone. The board and the superintendent and his buddies from Edinburgh are screwing our district. What is the latest on Sylvia Atkinson, Frankie?
She just got a new trial date to June the 8th. It's tentatively set for it. Let's see how this COVID-19 rolls about, but hopefully it doesn't get pushed back. But as of right now, she's set for June the 8th for trial.
Yeah, June 8th is they pick the jury selection on June the 8th, guys. At that point, well, it's going to be an interesting show. Again, hopefully things will be calmed down by then, so that some of us that want to attend that little court thing can actually attend, because let me tell you, I'm going to be fighting for that front seat, folks. I'm going to be fighting for that front seat, and I have my popcorn ready. I'm chum popcorn, and I'll be there watching and listening, because let me tell you, folks, no one deserves it more. No one has ripped off our district, our children, our students, our teachers more than Sylvia, with the help of Minerva, Prissy, Drew, and now with little Eddie, and with flip-flopping Philip. Sorry, Philip, I love you to death, but you got to stop that flip-flopping, bro. No more flip-flopping Philip, guys. No more. Flip-floppers. Hey, man, hate me or like me, I've been consistent. I have not changed my message 1 ounce, 1 bit.
Just so you know, there's also a lot of new cases that come out that have not been reported, directly. So there's a lot of cases that are still out there who are actively, contagious and have had the virus, but they haven't been reported. Something's going on. There's been a fallout, I think, with the health department and the reporting. I'm not sure what the protocol is, but there's some things going on there that they have not been able to get the information out as fast, and that's why Frankie has been doing a real good job reaching out to these organizations and yourself and trying to get as much information out there so everybody understands. The trend is not going down.
No,
it's just when it's silent, but we don't know until they give us the numbers. The Herald reports 5 days late, so they're worthless. I think that the ink is being spent on a paper that just really doesn't bring anything. There's more news on this channel than there is in the whole year that the Bravo Herald has been, printing. But anyway, there's a lot of information out there because I get a lot of reports saying that if someone's gotten infected, they reported it. They don't know what's going on. They should be at home. They shouldn't be at home. What's happening? Report. Who do they report to? What's happening? Who's doing the test? How are these reports coming back? Is there an error? With some of these reports being tested and then they come out false positive or false negative. And so there's a lot of things going on that people don't actually know and are not being told on a regular basis unless it's being heard here on Brownsville Talk. So hands off to you, Frankie. Because you've been on it. It looks like you haven't even combed your hair. I did today.
Guys,
what you've been doing for the channel, make sure that everybody gets the information. So it's very, very important to be here on a daily basis. Even though it sounds repetitive, I mean, this channel is saving lives. It's making changes.
Guys,
Forceful changes for some people.
And let me tell you, Carlos is 100% right, guys. Guys, listen to these words. We have not peaked. We have not peaked. We are not in the same position or situation as Odessa, allá in West Texas, or Omaha, Texas, out in East Texas. Those places have had no contact with the Rona. Those places can go open up tomorrow if need be. We cannot. We are not in that position here in Cameron County. Guys, listen. 3 deaths today. 3 deaths today. Listen. 3 deaths today. 3. And we were talking about this last weekend, Carlos. I think Saturday we talked about it. That we're going to start to see the deaths.
Yeah, because they were saying that they were going to open up the school, and people were like, no, they're not. Bam! Superintendent puts out a report today to all staff members saying, guess what? We're having a soft opening. That's just like, right, soft opening, my butt.
No, again, no, Eric.
Opening the door, forcing people in there, and then guess what? Hey, let's call everybody else to come in. You know what? Hey, let's bring all the kids back.
Exactly.
Things happening. Boom.
Exactly. Eric, what Carlos is saying is true. So what's going to happen on May 4th and 11th? Are students coming back to school? No, Eric. They want classified and some teachers to come back. And then, but it's opening the doors to saying, hey, everything's going to be okay. Let's start bringing more and more people in. And then it's going to change from voluntary into a la fuerza. Van a tener que venir. And that's what a lot of teachers are afraid of. I mean, what's going to happen to again, it boggles my freaking mind, folks. Boggles my mind that the only association that I've heard from that is fighting for teachers is AOBE. It boggles my mind that the only ones that are upset and who are wanting to fight for the teachers are AOBE. And best, superintendent, superintendent and the board. An applause for the board. And I sent him a message. I said, you know what, Patrick? They're screwing with teachers and you're kissing their butt. And you all people know me. I don't reserve my words. And I'm being nice because we're on live feed on YouTube and on Facebook. But let me tell you, folks, I told them, what the heck's your problem? Because I have no issue to standing up to those people. No issue to standing up to the associations for not doing their job. And you know what ticks me off? That they take our teachers' money, our staff's money every month, And then they're out there kissing the butt of Minerva Peña. Te la porra, bro. If you get Rona at work, I get workman's compensation? You better believe you. And you don't only get workman's compensation, Maria. Let me tell you, you better get yourself a damn good lawyer, because you won't have to be working for much longer if that's what happens. How come on YouTube you have 2 screens up there? Here on Facebook there's 3 screens. Because Carlos only has 1 computer, I think. We have 2. Hey, Luis,
Next time.
on YouTube too. Hey, Luis, get me people to subscribe, please. It's not a conflict of interest. Which is not a conflict of interest? The
consultant?
I'm not sure, Ryan. Give me the later part. Se me fue la onda. I was on a roll. What is Texas Valley Association doing for their members? Kimberly, I have not heard a peep from them. And I like TVA. I like them. I have not heard anything from them. And I like them. Not heard a word. Susie, I have not heard a word. And again, this is the time, folks. Look, mira, let me put it out this way, guys. You all know that if there's someone out here que está poniéndoles gorro, fregándoles, it's me. And let me tell you, your associations, they know it as well. The only association that I've had great communication with is with AOBE, because they'll have communications with anyone, not just their members. They're out there for the community. Best is too busy with Patrick's lips on Minerva's butt in order to be out there helping the teachers. I'm done, folks. Done. And I haven't heard from Alegría out of TVA. They're friends of mine. No word. Guys, where's the communication? Guys, the only way that we're going to defeat the corrupt board is the same way that we sort of defeated Sylvia, by coming together, folks. Coming together. Working together. That's how true change can come to the community, to the city of Brownsville. That's the only way. Coming together, working together. Now, look. Carlos and I, Carlos is right here. Carlos and I, we ran against each other for school board. We ran against each other for school board. And let me tell you, Carlos will tell you, when we run against each other, politics is war. And we went at each other como locos. El que más nos aventó fue el idiota de Lores. Pero we were opponents. And he had the Atkinson money. But let me tell you guys, and it's like I told Lucy when she tried to get in our race, because Lucy was going, no, my opponent's the incumbent. And I said, no, Lucy, let me tell you something. If you put your name on the ballot where I'm at, you are my enemy. And I'm going to go after you. Because it's war. But look, to my point, Carlos and I, we were opponents in last election. But you know what? Elections are over. You brush yourself off and you move forward, guys. You move forward because we know that there's other fights to fight. We know that our community cannot afford for me and Carlos to estar peleados de la jeta. It needs all of us to come together and to say what's wrong is wrong and what's right is right. And what the school district is doing to its teachers, our staff, and its students is 100% wrong. Unconscionable. Hey, I actually said the word right. Unconscionable. Am I right?
Probably half of us don't even know it.
This needs to be done as civil disobedience act against BISD by parents and teachers en masse. Parents can keep their children from attending BISD for a month once school starts. Let me tell you, Fab, I've talked to a lot of parents, and a lot of parents have said the same thing. There's no way in heck. And they've used other words. There's no way as heck that they're coming back. May the 4th, May the 11th, May anything. And Sandra, you're right. Students are not going to come back. They are not. Hey, Ivan, how you doing? At the end of the day, it's all about the kids and the teachers, children who will be the future of the city. The board cares about themselves, not the future, screwing the city and the teachers and the kids' development to be adults. 100%, bro. Preach, Fred. Preach. The political race is nothing more than you twos wanting to improve the community. Yes, sir. And that is what we intend to do. Coaches want to please their masters. Let me tell you, I'm tired of all these people. I'm tired of the kiss asses around here, folks. I'm tired, guys. I'm tired of them. Tired of them. Frankie, what else?
Guys, it's all upon us. We are fortunate to live in a democratic society in which we are able to elect those who we have in office. Come November 2020, we have a choice. Teachers, remember how you were treated. Remember how this feeling was where you don't know whether you have to go to school or not. Who's going to be there for your children? Are you susceptible to this virus if you go out? Does the district have the best interest for you and for your family? We all know the answer to that. It's up to you, teachers, for you to come out in November 2020. Make a change. Do you like the way you're being treated? Do you like your representation? How do you feel about your children going to BISD? We need a change, guys. This is upon us. All I'm going to say is come November 2020, it's upon us. Are we ready to make that change? We'll see.
Guys, they put up a flyer already for the next meals from 11 to 1. Again, these people are adamant. They are tercos. They're obsessed, guys. They want you to bring the children back and forth. Do you think these people are not going to want the children's back? I mean, they want the kids back. They have the kids going back and forth to pick up a sandwich.
And again, Erasmo, going back to, Harlingen CISD, they're the ones setting the example. Again, it's all about safety. Again, just to reiterate what I previously said, Dr. Gutierrez in the voicemail that he sent out to the whole district, he said that, that the kids are supposed to be safe at home. But then again, he wants them to check in and receive their meals. So what is it? Who's giving out the information, Soup?
Guys, well,
it's like you said. He wants the kids safe at home, but yet he's sending these kids who are parents at the district to go work. So, I mean, how are you gonna? It's like a double-edged sword. Keep the kids at home, but send their parents to work. Send them out, force them to go to the schools, force them to go to these places that haven't been disinfected. Yeah, they claim to have these
disinfecting machines?
Disinfect machines or whatever. I don't even know what they call them. But who's trained to use them? They're going to have a teacher. They're going to have a principal use it. Who actually went through the training to actually use these machines to actually disinfect the schools or where they're supposed to. That's another one. So now let's do a soft opening. Yeah, we haven't trained individuals who are use these machines, to go over and disinfect the schools, but we're going to send our teachers, our employees back to a place where there's a potential risk of, contracting the virus. I don't understand.
Christina, Channel 5 is saying that there are a total of 4 deaths in Cameron County, Christina, because we've just seen the letter.
Erasmo, that is correct. 3 deaths in Cameron County, and there was 1 death in Hidalgo County. A 59-year-old from Mission, a woman. So she's correct. Today we had 3 in Cameron and 1 in Hidalgo.
Yes, so that's 4 in the valley, Christina. But here in Cameron County, we've had 3. I'm not sure any. What did I miss? Is BISD actually going to bring students back in May? I hope not. Their goal is to bring classified staff so far, and then start planning out summer school. Again, it's crazy. Only teacher. Actually, Lupita's right. Let me tell you guys. And this is the other issue with BISD. They have no congruency in regards to message. Because like Lupita was told one thing here at this school. Juanita was told this thing in this school. And this other person said was told this other thing in this school. So what happens is everyone has all this bungled up message. Because you know why that happens? Because there's no leadership. There's no captain to the ship. There isn't. Am I wrong, Carlos?
Oh, you're right. right. It's the ID 10T.
Erasmo, what is your opinion on Missouri suing China for their terrible handling of the coronavirus? Let me tell you, Matthew, somebody needs to file charges against China 120%. Again, as much as there are people out there that are saying that it's a hoax like Minerva, it's only a plan to hurt the economy. Let me tell you, we all know where it came from. We all know who's responsible, and we all know who should pay. 100%. The compadre system runs deep in BISD, and knowing that folks will still vote for the same people. Why? Pues he or she is a friend of a friend, and the cycle continues. Vote for a change in 2020. 100%. And yes, Ivan, F summer school. Maybe I am the stereotype rebel teacher reality teachers are known for. But I'm going to encourage my students and teachers to stay at home. Every teacher out there should do the same. Encourage your students, encourage your coworkers. Say hell no and hashtag fire Gutierrez. Fire Gutierrez. Hashtag fire Gutierrez. Why not? Let's do it. There's no one greater than a Rivera Raider. Because once a Raider, always a Raider. And I love my Vikings too.
Pura Hannah.
Oh, and also I learned today that cats, 2 cats have the coronavirus, but they're not my cats.
Lies.
Frankie, anything else that we need to talk about tonight?
Guys, very quickly, we have seen it at the federal level where the president is giving the governors the option whether to open up shop or not. Every region is being affected differently, and we're kind of seeing that here play out here in Brownsville, Texas. We have the superintendent wanting to open up shop when we have been getting casualties at an alarming rate. It's very troublesome. I've had a blast, guys, for these past 3 or 4 weeks. It's very rewarding being on this show. We will continue to be, on this segment every night, every morning, as long as you guys let us. One thing I do want to stress, guys, whenever we feel something is wrong, be vocal about it. Again, I'll never get tired of saying, Michael Rodriguez of what he did to get Walmart to close down. We see a problem going on with BISD, and we get a lot of slack for, ya cámbiale. All you guys do is BISD, you're being negative. No, this is the real world. This ain't a hoax, guys. This is for reals. So the more we stress, the more attention we'll bring to that. We're fortunate that we have someone like Erasmo, someone like Carlos, who's willing to be advocates, who are willing to be vocal about something. So thank you so much, guys, for being patient with us. We hope to keep this going on as long as you guys will let us. Thank you, guys.
Carlos, any last words?
Yeah, just answering that question for Rosella Michelle Rocha. What about the city of Brownsville kept silent about their employees had the corona while working? That's why they were disinfecting the offices at the city of Brownsville offices. Yes, again, they shouldn't be hiding this. If there's a problem, they should work with it and get this thing going. I go back to the 2 paramedics that got in contact with someone who had a potential virus, the virus. And what they did is just they alienated them and threw them out just like dogs into the street. And the church had to pick them up and shelter them while they went through the testing. This is what's happening. They want to keep everything real quiet because they're not in a position to take on this huge beast of a virus if it starts infecting just like they are everywhere else in the world. We're not prepared. The fire chief has not given the proper equipment to his staff to be able to stay safe and continue to work like every other individual that's in the front line. Your police officers, your nurses, So then it goes back again to being prepared. For individuals at the administration at BIZ that are not prepared to take on this beast, and yet they want to sacrifice a lamb, which is our employees or the school district employees. That's okay. Just go put them back to work. Nothing happens. That's the issue. Frankie, touching on you, it is something that's going to happen. We're trying to minimize it by giving as much information out there to individuals so they can stay home and be safe. But yet again, teachers are scared, employees are scared to to be vocal. So this is where this type of service that you're offering, that we're the voice. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't like the fact that Erasmo's the last man alive, and I don't have any hair, and Frankie, you're wearing a mask. But if we're doing what other people are scared to do, is be vocal, be the voice of the greater good.
Yes, and Sandra, I'll respond. Stay vocal, but truthful. Just saying, again, 100%. I challenge anyone out there. If there's anything that we've said on the show, or anyone that has come on and said where we have misled or said anything that's not true, please let us know. Let us know here publicly, or send me an inbox and challenge me, or come on and challenge me live. I have no issue. And again, I believe in respectful dialogue. Respectful dialogue, 100%. And I am willing to, anytime that I've made a mistake, to come back and say, you know what, I was mistaken, got this wrong, got that wrong, no hay problemas. In regards, so yeah, Sandra, we're doing our best. We'll always do our best in order to say we're there. In regards to Cameron County, we are now at 333 positives. 148 individuals have recovered, but we really don't know exactly what that means. 3 people have died. 3, 4, 5, 6 people from Brownsville. But yes, Sandra, I appreciate you. I do. And again, anyone out there who ever, if you catch me saying something that's completely wrong, call me out. Send me an inbox. I'm not going to blast you. Unless if you come onto my page and you say that I'm not handsome and totally fat, then I will block you. That's simple. You can come and discuss, and we'll have a discussion all you want, but don't come at me insulting me or insulting my family, because then it's over. So again, call me out on anything. Please do. That is how we all learn. We all learn by keeping each other informed. Guys, it's been a great evening. We're past our time. Tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., a very short show tomorrow because I have an appointment, but a short, quick show just to give you a rundown in case something else happened at 9 o'clock. Please, folks, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Erasmo Castro. Frankie will be sharing it a little bit here or there. Please subscribe, and get friends and family to subscribe so that we can start live streaming from our phone. Please. I love y'all. I care. I really do care. Hey, don't talk smack about Erasmo. Preach. How many cases are in Brownsville? I already said that. We're probably like 150, 120. Good night, Carlos. I love y'all. Carlos, good night, Carlos. Good night, everyone. God bless. Stay safe. Stay cool. And always be good to Erasmo, because Erasmo is a cool cat.